Good afternoon, everyone. It's Adam Corcoran with Golden Care. We have another episode of 3 at 3. Today, we have a highlighted business, good moves with Miss Cher Compton. Cher, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Nice to see you, Adam.
Likewise. I'm sorry we can't be face to face, but these virtual visits have been extremely beneficial for not just myself, but other businesses and ultimately the community at large. Um,
Yes.
So Good Moves. Tell me a little bit about Good Moves, and tell our guests what a senior move manager does.
Okay. Good Moves is a senior move management company. We have just expanded to become a senior move and specialty move management company. But we started in 2007. We are a member of the National Association of Senior and Specialty Move Managers. What we'll do for a family is take over where the family can't help their folks or when the family can't help their folks directly. A lot of our clients, their adult children live out of state or they work. They don't have the time when their mom and dad want to move to a community from a home that they've been living in, usually for years. So we'll
Hmm.
go in and help them figure out what's going to fit in the new place and what's not. We'll help them downsize. We always have to help them downsize. We help them either sell those items that aren't going to go with them, ship them to the kids or to whomever, or send them to a charity, whatever works for them. And then we make the arrangements with the mover. We get them moved over. And before COVID, we were able to almost always move everything into the new place and get it set up, hang the pictures, make the bed, hand them a glass of wine when we're done, if that's the case.
Nice. So you kind of more so take as like the quarterback of this whole transition, which I can imagine not just for that person who is making that transition, but like as you said, the families is crucial because even in our industry, so many times, families are afar or they don't have the ability to really play as much as a part as they would like to. So they kind of really need someone like yourself to really coordinate all the puzzle pieces together to make that move as successful as possible.
Yes, and every family is different. Some
Hmm.
clients are extremely self sufficient and they're able to choose what they want to go. They can do floor plans themselves. It's amazing. And we're just helping them with the physical part. Other folks need everything. They need us to go through the refrigerator. They need us to help figure out which clothes are going to be practical to take and which aren't. Whatever they need to make that move go smoothly and efficiently, that's why a senior move manager is there.
Interesting. So now it sounds like to me it's not really cookie cutter. So pretty much every single phone call that you get, it's more so of a customized plan. Would you agree?
Absolutely, everyone is customized.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There are
Yeah.
some economies of scale, from clients to clients, but basically, it's our job to know what the facility is that they're moving into, what those rooms look like, how much space there is, how big the closets are, do they have storage or not on site, all of that stuff, so that when we go and sit down with the family, we can say, tell us what you want to take and then be able to put the practical spin on it that's going to make the move successful.
Right. And I can imagine sometimes those conversations aren't always difficult because you might have a family saying, Mom, you got to get rid of this. And, so it's kind of like somewhat a family mediator to some
We
extent.
are frequently the family mediator, yes, because there's a lot of daughters out there who want to throw everything away and a lot of moms who don't. So
For
so
sure.
yes.
For
So
sure.
we're trying to be peacemakers and mediators and work with our clients and make sure that they're happy in the end.
Great. Now, you and I spoke several months ago about a new avenue you've been taking to support your current business, and that's your aging in place program. Can you
Yeah.
elaborate a little bit more about that for the folks that might not even know what really aging in place means?
Aging in place is pretty much as it sounds. It's for folks that don't need, first of all, or don't really want to move into a community. If they have the support system, the physical capability to stay in their homes, then we walk into the home and figure out what's going to be needed in that home to adapt it to their particular situation. So let's say somebody's coming out of the hospital and they've had a stroke and they're going to be in a wheelchair for at least a while, maybe longer. We're going to go in and take a look at the kitchen and make it possible for them to still cook their own meals or at least get into the refrigerator. So move all the stuff from the top shelves down to the lower shelves. It may be beyond that if they have a need and they would really like to stay in the home and the home itself needs modification. We can help them with that. We've got contractors that we work with who can go in and actually do home remodeling if that's needed. If it's a younger person, especially if they need a shower, that they can just roll their wheelchair into, or lower the counters in the kitchen and the bathroom. Whatever they need to help them stay in that home, we can help them get there.
Great. So it's more so like a full assessment of understanding homes, a lot of factors, I'm sure, home safety, that
Yes.
person's condition, really giving them the tools and resources to allow to stay at home for as long as possible.
Right. The first
Right.
step is to go in and do a home, or excuse me, to do a client evaluation with your nurses or whomever is working with the client, or even with their physician, to talk with them ahead of time and find out what needs does this person have physically that are going to restrict them from being able to get around the house or do whatever it is that they're going to do. Some situations are temporary, so it's a
Right.
short-term modification. It's simply moving all those clothes that are hanging up really high to a lower rack so that they can get to them. But some cases it's major. If there's been a car accident, or like I said, if they've had a major stroke that they're not going to completely recover from, then it's a much more detailed evaluation of the home and of them.
Right. And like your moves, I'm sure it's not cookie cutter. I'm sure you have
No,
some clients that are somewhat similar and you can, make reference to, but it sounds like a very personalized situation, just like your moves.
very much so. One of the recent ones that we did was with a family that had their mom move back into their home. So really
Hmm.
all we were doing was modifying the bedroom, which was more like a suite actually, that she was going to be using in their house. So that
Okay.
was limited to that space, and it took a look at what she needed as well as what the family's needs were going to be, how they were going to interface with their mom who's now going to be living 24/7 in their
Hmm.
house. So a
Yeah.
lot to consider.
Yeah, a crucial resource during so many crucial times, right? And I think it's extremely important for everyone that's watching to understand that you are a resource in many different avenues during transitions like this.
Yes.
So I have to ask, and I've been asking this question to majority of my guests, just because
Okay.
we're going into the end of August now, right? We're going into September. We've been at this for several months of this pandemic. Some would say there's light at the end of the tunnel, some not. Everyone has an opinion, but generally speaking, how has coronavirus impacted your industry and the way you do business now?
It's evolved, I guess is the
Mhm.
best way that I could say. Things started out one way and they certainly aren't the same. We were extremely busy when this whole thing hit. A lot of our clients who had planned moves put them on hold, and some of those are still on hold. In the meantime, we've had a lot of calls that aren't our typical moves
Right.
because of the virus. So we're sort of working around that. And what the communities that we're dealing with, that these folks are moving into, we're dealing with their changes and their new requirements as well.
Right. I think the biggest word I can say that we've experienced back since March is the ability to adapt, right? Because
Yeah.
what is today could look different next week or 2 months
Yes.
down the road.
Yeah.
And the word new normal isn't something that's really even settled into concrete, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think this is testing everyone, not just in healthcare, just generally speaking, everyone's ability to go with the flow, adapt to changes,
Yeah.
and really the people who can pivot and continue successful businesses, you have to apply, give so much credit to those people because that's what it's taking right now, you know?
Yeah. We've been working with an attorney recently on a couple of clear outs, folks that have passed away.
Hmm.
And one of the nicest compliments she gave us was how flexible we were. And we said, we
Sure.
have to be. That's
Have
just
to
the
be.
nature of the
Have
business.
to be. Yep. So I'm gonna end with one last question. I think this would be fun for everyone to hear,
Okay.
and I just learned this myself. So you do moves all over. Can
Yes.
you talk about your farthest move you've ever done?
Let's see. I think London, England is farther than El Salvador, I think. So we'll
Right.
say we've done two to England and one down to El Salvador, which was a whole different kettle of fish because of all the regulations of shipping something to there. But
Sure.
yeah, we do long distance moves.
Right. Everything from right here in Naples, Florida, all the way to that's just
Yeah,
wonderful, wonderful.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of moving pieces with those types of moves.
Oh yes, and lots of
So.
regulation. Yeah, lots of paperwork.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I'm gonna throw up your information right here. If anyone's interested in getting a hold of Good Moves or Share, please feel confident to reach out to them at 239-682-3742, or you can visit them right online at goodmovesinc.com. Any last remarks, Share?
No, but thank you, Adam. This is great. It's good to see you.
Likewise, likewise. I hope one day we can grab a bite to eat in the near future.
Yes.
We'll see.
Yes. Sounds good. Okay.
All right. Well, everyone have a great afternoon and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Thank you.